I need to close the hood because the auto start will detect that it's open and it won't work. Right, here we go. Hello YouTubes, welcome to part 2 of chasing down a misfire. The story so far. About a week ago, my son took my truck to work because his car is also broken, and he called me when he got to his work saying the truck was acting very strangely. He had an engine warning light on and also the traction control warning light, you know, the little car with the wee skiddy lines. It was not accelerating on a highway and it was running really rough at idle. So I managed to rescue him somehow, can't remember because all the cars are broken. And the truck kind of seemed okay after it had cooled down. But then 15 minutes later it would kick the code in and start acting weird again. So I ran the diagnostic and it was flashing up, crank position sensor. So I ordered a new sensor, replaced that, although full disclosure, I may have broken that one. While I was tightening up the little crank sensor, I heard a little crack noise. Now I wasn't tightening it mega tight, but I had a suspicion that I might have damaged it. And of course, I was still getting the error code up. So I put the old one back in and it was better than the new one. Anyway, I ordered another one. While I was doing that, I took the sensor out and realised that the hole that the sensor goes into was kind of rusted over halfway around. So it would have been sitting at a slight angle when I tightened it. So I cleaned that up, got the new sensor, plugged the new sensor in, tightened it properly, and now the crank position sensor is fine. It's not giving me an error code for that, but now I'm getting the error code for P0305, which is extremely suspicious because this error code appeared immediately after the crankshaft sensor code disappeared. So I'm having some sleepless nights because this could be something fairly serious. We're talking camshafts and lifters, potentially. Anyway, I have ordered a new coil pack for cylinder 5. I already replaced the spark plugs in the last video, that made no difference at all. But as I say, I've ordered a new coil which should arrive today. Now, William, Frank and David all suggested that I swap over coil packs before I ordered one, but I had a bit of a time crunch. I had to order within 30 minutes or I'd need to wait another week to get the part, so it wasn't an expensive part, so I've ordered that for now, so that should arrive today. Failing that, if I'm still getting random misfire codes, then I'm going to need some advice. I don't want to start stripping this engine down again. There's a lot of cost involved with all the parts, and I just don't know if the truck's worth it. Okay, enough babble for now. I'll bring you back when the new part arrives and I fit it, and we'll take it from there. New coil has arrived. Just make sure it's the same one that I took out. Well, not the same one. I want a different one that looks the same. A little bit different. It has black sleeves. It has grey sleeves. Apart from that, looks the same. Right, let's throw it in the engine. Our target is those two holes down there. Let me prop you up. These two bendy collars go in the hole.
slides down. Then we just tighten our two 10 mils. And yes, it is as awkward as it looks. Okay. And then the plug goes back on. Clickety click, and we're done. Oh, let's see if I can retrieve myself from the truck.
This whole job would probably be easier if I had another 6 inches height. Okay, let me get the key. Okay, the last time we did this, I started it with auto start and it went off in about 10 seconds. The engine just died. If it carries on running for more than 10-15 seconds, in fact, I'll just leave it running until it never goes up. No, if it carries on running, then hopefully we're okay, but we won't know until we're inside. Right, let me try that. Nearly forgot my work light again. I need a tracker on this thing. Right. I need to close the hood because the auto start will detect that it's open and it won't work. Right, here we go. I don't know if I'm allowed to smile yet. I'm so untrusting. Okay, no point you guys staring at this for half an hour. I suppose we should go out for a wee drive. Yeah, because also when, on the last video, if you notice, if you watch to the very end of the video, you'll see that I reversed the truck out and it died in the middle of the road. So again, we need to go for a wee drive. I'll see you in the truck. Okay, I've brought my water bottle in case I have to walk home. Not very optimistic, am I? Right. If we can get to the end of the driveway and reverse out the street, then we're halfway there. I'm not even going to put the AC on because I want to hear everything that's happening in the engine. And by everything, I mean hopefully nothing. So far so good. We're still running. Still running. Oh, come on! So, check engine lights, come on. Again. Very disappointed. And it's gone off again. really starting to get a bit confused by this. Nah, it's back down to limp home mode. Even though the the check engine light is not on, but it's running like a pig. I wonder if it needs to learn. Nah, it's definitely running like a pig. Okay, back to the garage. We'll plug in the scan tool and see if we're still getting that same code. Although, again, no check engine light, which is weird. Right, see you back at base. Right, got my scan tool plugged in. You guys can follow along up there. Okay, so let us auto scan. Correct, I'll hit OK. Automatic scan. Start the engine. Okay. And it starts, no problem at all. Well, look at that. Well, you will in a minute when it finishes scanning all the faults. Tum-ti-tum. Got on my little binoculars. Powertrain control module. Diagnose. Read trouble code. Multiple cylinder misfire. Fantastic. I'm going to try clearing it one more time, just in case, like that ever made a difference. You know, because I didn't actually clear the codes before we went for the wee drive. You thought I wasn't optimistic. Switch off the engine, leave the ignition on. Okay, that. Do you want to clear all the trouble codes? Yes. I'll tell you what we'll do. Before we go out for another drive, let us start the car again and see if we still get the code popping up while we're sitting here, right? Hey, while we're in here, I suppose we could go live data, right? I still don't really know how to use this machine. So if anyone wants to drop some hints on how I read the live sparking of the cylinders, let me know, because as I say, don't know what I'm doing. I know how to clear codes, that's about it. Let's scroll down here, see if there's anything obvious. For example, what's... Okay, let's read the trouble code again. No trouble code, apparently. I probably have to go exit out of this and then run it again. Right, auto scan. It'll probably tell me to turn on engine. Automatic scan, start the engine. Oh, I heard a little knock there. Don't know if you heard that on the camera. A bit of a knock when I started it, didn't like that. So I'm reading trouble code, and yeah, multiple cylinder misfire, even on idle. Well, I'm out of ideas. Over to you. Just a recap then. Replaced the timing chain, water pump, all that kind of stuff about a year and a half ago. So I had new cam sensor, crank, position sensor, water coolant sensor, all those things 18 months ago. I've now replaced recently the crank position sensor twice. Replaced the spark plugs in the cylinder 5 that it was telling me was the issue. Replaced the coil in cylinder 5, and now I'm getting multiple cylinder misfire. It's like cutting down to 4 cylinders. I'm getting some blue smoke, and when I revved it, when I was out in the driveway there, I think I got a slight backfire and a puff of smoke. To me that says mechanical. So with people like you who've maybe got more experience than me, are we talking camshaft, lifters, all that kind of stuff? When I was doing the engine job last year, I replaced half of the push rods. I didn't replace the lifters, they all seemed to be in perfectly good condition. Couldn't see the camshaft, I didn't have that out. So let me know if you think it's camshaft, lifters, and then does that mean we get into the possibility of machining the engine, and is it worth it? Is it worth it for a truck with over 300,000 kilometres and constant issues now? It kind of breaks my heart because I do love the truck, but I can't have a garden gnome out here. I need something that works, but I can't afford a new truck. Who can these days? So first of all, if you think you've got an easy fix, great, leave a comment. And if you think I should move on to another vehicle, what should it be? Bear in mind, can't afford another truck like that at the moment. We're already paying off the brand new Mini, so that takes priority. What would you do? I did actually see a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace, but they're very old school, like no ECU, which is ideal, but this is our family car. It needs to be something a bit more comfortable for driving about, all 4 of us, you know. Okay, thanks for watching. Sorry for the misery. As I say, I'm out of ideas, so it's up to you. See you later.